Kitchen Chef, it is Rico, and today we're gonna make my favorite donuts. I don't think you can offer me a donut and I refuse. All you're gonna need are these. In a big bowl, sieve your flour. You can go ahead and add everything together. This is melted butter. There's some yeast, sugar, some eggs, which you need to beat, some warm milk. But first you need to put the salt. Give this a little mix and add your milk. With a hook attachment, put it on your mixer, put it in your mix and beat this to a soft dough. And you should end up with something like this. Not too sticky, like a soft dough, a really soft dough. You don't want this to be a really hard dough because it's not gonna proof. So I'm gonna let this beat for a little bit more time because it looks like it needs it. Now this is a perfect kind of dough. Not so sticky, but it's droopy, like it falls under its own weight. That's the kind of dough you want for a donut. So now comes the hardest part of the job, is to wait. So take your dough out. I always dust my hands with a little bit of flour before I handle it. Then you're just gonna make a ball with like that. We are going to let this proof for like an hour. So cover this with a cling film and let it ferment. Let it get all the flavor. Once they have doubled in size, use this is a tube, but you can use a butter top. You can use a pastry nozzle, something just to poke a hole in it. So this is what I'm going to use. This seems like it's very small. So this one is making small holes, way too smaller than I need. So I'm gonna use a pastry nozzle, which I'm going to use to poke. So while you're doing this, just make sure your oil is getting hot. Not too hot and not too cold. You need to control the heat for it to produce a good looking donut. If you have a thermometer, you can use it to measure the heat of your oil. Just make sure it's 180 degrees. And always cover your dough just to make sure you don't form any skin. Now you can let this proof again for around 5 minutes. You want to cook these in low medium heat so that it has a nice color on it and it cooks out evenly. While your donuts are cooling down, let's make some melted chocolate. And I'm gonna crush it up just so that it's easier to melt. We're melting this chocolate over bain marie, which is just hot water, an empty clean bowl. Make sure there's no water in here because water and chocolate don't mix. Put your chocolate in, your crushed up chocolates. Let it melt over the hot water. You can tamper with it just to make it melt a little bit more quicker. Once melted and smooth, like so, you can now dip your donuts. And you don't have to do this with chocolate. Chocolate is what I like. You can do this with caster sugar, some cinnamon. You can do this with a lot of different type of toppings. This is how I simply make my chocolate donuts. Now at this point you can choose to add sprinkles on, coconut, anything that you like, jam. This is some ginger snap, some ginger biscuits. I'm going to sort of sprinkle on one side. I'm simply going for that. And that's how you make your donuts. You can do the same for the rest. You can drop this in little balls. You can drop them in the chocolate and make them absorb all that chocolate. So now you have little chocolate balls. Once you're done, serve it up with your favorite snacks and some tea.